only thing that people can supposedly make me feel is physical pain because they actually did something to physically hurt me. Hi there, Sam here. I run a cuddle therapy practice, Snuggle with Sam, and welcome to my channel. Think about the last time you had a conversation with someone and they said something along the lines of, oh, and then she did this and it made me so mad. I feel like this is a conversation I hear a lot, like, every day from other people. And when I hear this, well, mingling and being social in my day-to-day life, sometimes from clients too, I can't hear this particular way of talking about a feeling now without thinking that this might be a person that's not really owning their feelings in a healthy way right now. That might not be true, but I've noticed that people that are more in tune with their feelings use different language to describe feelings that come up for them. And once I realized this difference and was taught how to use this difference in language, it was really hard to go back to saying anything made me feel something. So I want to make something clear before we keep going. I'm not saying you shouldn't have feelings at all. You should be completely zen all the time and let others not bother you ever. No, I'm saying that when you claim that someone or something else made you feel a certain way, the language you're using to describe it isn't taking ownership of your own feelings, which means that you might be more reactive and easily manipulated by others than you realize, which, based on how people get up in arms about sometimes pretty dumb things in the media and news, I'm not surprised that people say that others made them feel a certain way instead of owning up to the feeling that they generated themselves. That's not to say it's a bad thing when we're influenced by others' actions and as a result feel a certain way, positive or negative. But taking ownership of your feelings doesn't mean that others are off the hook for trying to be mean or nasty to you. I mean, people can still be jerks that want to get a rise out of you without making it about them making you feel it. People can be jerks no matter what, really. So how do we take ownership over our feelings? If you haven't guessed yet, I'm not a fan of saying anyone can make you feel anything. So we're going to remove that word entirely when talking about our feelings. And instead, we're going to pull the action apart from the feeling that we have associated with it. Here's a sentence stem I like to use to help me with this. When this thing that happened, I felt this feeling that you felt. I do this a lot, both when talking about my feelings with other people, but I also do it a lot in my own head when I'm just trying to look at the feelings that I have with myself. So why is this helpful? Because then we can separate the action that happened and the feeling that came up with it. After all, not everyone feels the same things when they experience something. We're all different, so of course we're not going to have the same response to the same thing. Something you see that you find enraging might be really inspiring to somebody else. We're different and weird, and that's why we get into conflicts too. Like this video. This might actually piss off a lot of people that aren't ready to take ownership of their feelings. I don't know. We'll see. But also think about what this sentence stem does. You're isolating the thing that happened from a factual standpoint, being this thing happened, and then adding your own subjective response to it, the emotion, or, I felt this way. And if you can identify your subjective response to it, then you can start examining it. So, why are you reacting this way? Is this an expected response that most people would feel? How strong is this feeling? What effect is this feeling having over you? Have you liked this video and subscribed to my channel yet? No, but seriously, actually do it. I invite you to look at the strong feelings that come up for you with the lens of this thing happened and I felt this way about it. The next time a strong emotion comes up and you catch yourself thinking or feeling, they made me feel this way. And you might find the feelings might not have as much uncontrollable power over you as it did before. In fact, one thing I do a lot for myself is give a lot of empathy for me and the feelings that are coming up, but also for the other person that might be involved once I can understand my reactions and emotion, especially if it's a negative one. Because honestly, it might make sense given the situation why you're mad. I'm not saying you can't be affected by your environment or things happening that influence your feelings. I'm saying the only thing that people can supposedly make me feel is physical pain because they did something that actually physically hurt me. As far as emotions go, we don't have to hand over control over all of our emotions to everyone except ourselves. If we're willing to at least tease this apart from what happened and recognize this emotion as our own doing, we might be able to sit with it and let it have less power over us. I hope you got value out of this. If you liked this video, please like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more little bits like this to help you connect with yourself, other people, and the world at large just a little better, because I care about you so much. Bye for now.